Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Okay, I briefly wanted to get back into the subject of ClimateGate, the global carbon taxes on carbon dioxide that we exhale, but meanwhile, the FDA is approving GMO salmon with insect and eel genes in it that gives rise on record to the extinction of regular salmon. That's major university studies. Mutated viruses and bacteria. And this will open the door to thousands of these being approved. And you're not even allowed to know on the labeling if it's a chimera cross-species clone. And meanwhile, the environmentalists aren't worried about that. It's all a population reduction cult. They're now out in the open. Paul Watson's article, Climate Film Depicts Children Assassinated for Not Reducing Carbon Footprint. And I wanted to play a short clip. It starts with a teacher in a British school with what looks like about 6th graders. And they say, what are you going to do for 10-10 to cut your carbon? And some kids say, I'll do this, I'll do that. 3 or 4 say, I'm not going to do anything. She goes, fine, hits a button and murders them. They explode. Then it cuts to a business where they're murdering their employees, then murdering other people. And this is everywhere. They're coming out saying eco-fascism is good. We're going to play that clip while David talks to show people the video. But go ahead and play the clip now so David can comment on it. Here's a quick clip of their heads being blown off.
And those not. Philip and Tracy. That's fine, that's absolutely fine. Your own choice. Okay, class, thank you so much for today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, just before you go, I just need to press this little button here. Now, everybody, please remember
blood and guts splatters over the other children in their little white-pressed uniforms. And so the message here is the authority figure, the teacher that kids believe, and this is shown in movie theaters, 2 children, you're going to be killed. I mean, David, this is amazing.
Yes, but there's one side to it also, Alex, that it does also smack of desperation. Because they are becoming more and more extreme for another reason, is that they do have a time scale. You know, there is a human awakening going on. You know, I've been to 51 countries in the last 20 years talking about this and researching it, and there is a global awakening going on. I mean, I went to speak in the Czech Republic about 2 weeks ago. I'd never been in the country before. I didn't arrive till about 3 days before. There was no mainstream media coverage, as there never is, because, of course, they want to keep that quiet. And because of the way the venue was set up, I actually didn't see the audience, or out front, as they say, until I walked through the door onto the stage. And I stopped in mid-stride. I was shocked at how many people had come, not only for someone who was in the country for the first time after 3 days, but the fact that it was actually a simultaneously translated talk. Everyone had earphones on, so they could understand what I was saying. So this is happening, and it is gathering pace very, very quickly. And so they are pushing this on also with these more and more extreme, extraordinary things like you just described, because they are trying to push this forward as fast as they can, because they do have a time scale, and that time scale is the more it's delayed. We've had these conversations before, Alex, over the years. The more we can delay this and slow it down, the less chance it's got of prevailing, because of the awakening that's going on.
I agree with you. Long segment coming up. This was a short break, but there's so many videos, so many cartoons now where they show humans as bad. I mean, scores of video games where it shows, you know, you're a robotic mega worm that kills women and children, and it's a good thing. They're also trying to breed a group of psychopathic children that think of killing fellow humans as an attribute.
Yeah, and the thing is, how are you ever going to express the full magnitude of who we are if you think you're a useless piece of dirt, that you're just like the equivalent of a virus. I mean, how are we going to do that? It's attempting to give us a self-hatred perception of self, which would, of course, be desperate for who we really are.
Stay there. Let's finish up with that central point straight ahead.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at pacman.pt.vu. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5-Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
We're live, ladies and gentlemen. 8 minutes into hour number 3. It is Tuesday, the 5th day of October, 2010. The iconic David Icke is our guest. We're going to talk about a host of other key issues here in just a moment. But finishing up, if you just joined us, David was getting into the fact that, and if you go back to Edward Bernays 80 years ago, who advised the Department of War and the Department of Defense, and he's the reason you eat bacon with eggs. He's the reason there's a music room. You've got to have that piano in the house to be classy. They wrote up the feminist movement to break up the family, to get women working so they could double tax and break up families, even if women wanted to stay home and raise the children. They brag about this, and they said the number one goal is to make you feel inadequate, to make you feel worthless, so they can then sell you on their, quote, new ideas. And what David was saying is mirrored by the article at prisonplanet.com, Climate Cult Indoctrinating Our Kids with Depraved Death Wish. And the second article Watson wrote over the weekend on this, Climate Cult Indoctrinating Our Kids with Depraved Death Wish. And it deals with, they're teaching them, you're worthless, you're bad, humans are evil, so that we're already desensitized with violence and death on television and simulated murders. So when we see the real thing, a lot of people don't care, or watch some old lady hit by a car, bleed to death for 2 hours in the street, or a cop hit by a car. You see these reports all the time. People not rendering aid, not just disliking themselves, but hating everyone else. They're destroying our connectivity to each other. And it's so wicked, they don't want us to know how special we are. The mind that gave you Shakespeare and Beethoven and Socrates and mathematics and Max Planck 110 years ago now, literally envisioning in his mind the atomic theory and atomic weapons and atomic energy. A species that's brought us space travel. We're supposed to love the dolphins, love the elephants, but then we're trash, we're scum, we're worthless. We don't have a right to have children. And this is so central. David, please continue.
Well, Alex, I've been writing my books for years that this is no new phenomenon. The process we're now experiencing, if you want to use the version of time that we perceive as time, then you're talking thousands, probably tens of thousands, maybe more years, that this has been slowly but surely unfolding. And the same techniques have been used all along. There'll be people listening to this program won't like this, but, what we're talking about here is the same principle as telling people that by the very fact that they were born, the very process of birth, they are a sinner. And if you go back to ancient Sumer and you read in what we now call Iraq, thousands of years BC, and you read their perception of themselves as a general population, and it was that the gods were up there and they were down here. They were just slaves. They had the same kind of perception of self that we're talking about here. All along, the same techniques have been used. They're manifested in different ways, in different epochs, different eras, different stages of history, in different areas of the world. But they're the same basic blueprint. And fundamental to that is to make people feel small, insignificant, they have no power. Because people who believe they have no power do not express the power they have. Because we are constantly expressing our self-perception, our self-identity. So if you can get people to feel that they are useless, they're worthless, they're just, as Prince Philip once alluded to the humanity, just a virus, and basically just you should have contempt for yourself and everything that you stand for, and the human race collectively the same, then you are going to perceive yourself in that way. You're going to manifest your life in that way. You're not going to see the true magnitude of who you are, consciousness, capable of all and much greater feats of awareness and creation than even the ones you've just listed, Alex. This is who we really are. Now, you imagine billions of people on this planet who are in awareness of the full magnitude, scale, potential, infinite possibility of who we are. A few people controlling them from a central point, forget it, no chance. So fundamental to this is to disconnect us from a true awareness of who we are, and to put us both in a box of self-perception of being worthless, but also in a box of little me, I have no power. Because people who think they have no power, they look up or look out to people who have the power. And funnily enough, it is the perception that these few have power over us that leads to them having power over us. Oh, you can't, it's all too powerful, there's nothing you can do about it. Watch me. The numbers alone say that the game is only. Well, what's happening is they impose a predetermination that we're going to fail, a determination that we have no power, so that people just think it's absolutely lost. You've just got to go along with everything that's happening. You have to submit to the evil, and they are just pushing this like never before. Now, David, shifting gears, because can I just say one thing, Alex, very quickly? What we're talking about here is connected to something that I've been writing about for some time. I know I go deeply into stuff sometimes that people go, that's too far out for me. But what the human body is a receiver-transmitter of information. It's like a computer. Now, if you program a computer, like on a desktop, you program that to only read information within certain firewalls, then that will be the computer's reality. That is what you're going to get on the screen in terms of the computer manifesting its...
Well, that's what
reality.
the term conspiracy theory is. They throw it out there as a computer command, do not read this